Hi guys, my name is Jatin, and today we're going to go over 3 beginner tips for using Power Query Editor. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get data, and we're going to get that from an Excel workbook. So I'm just going to click over here and import the file. And this file, this data set I got from Kaggle, and the link is below in the description. So we're going to hit open here. And over here, instead of loading the data, we're going to hit transform, and that's going to open the Power Query. All right, so now that this is open, you'll probably notice on the right side there's an applied steps column. So any steps that we add here, any transformations we make, steps will be added over here, and to remove them, we just press the X button. So for example, we see that there's 7 columns here and over 1,000 rows, right? So we're just going to scroll through. And yeah, so this is what we have. And just on the first glance, I noticed that everything else has the first letter capitalized and index doesn't. So we're going to change that. So I'm going to just double click there and make that a capital I. And as you can see, now we have an added step called rename columns over here. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Now, another thing I wanted to show you was the data types. So whenever Power BI takes in a data set, it automatically infers the data type. Like for example, if we look at stock, we can see that whole number is inferred data type. But we can also just to try it, we can try a fixed decimal number, which makes it 5.00, but that's for currency, so we don't really need that. So I'm just going to hit X, and yeah, we'll get rid of that step. But there's a lot of different data types like decimals, fixed decimals, whole numbers, percents, date times, binary, text, so a lot of those. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the view ribbon and we're going to enable the column quality. So what this does is it shows us whether the data in our column is valid, has an error, or is empty. So that's all clear for index, but if you look at SKU code, we have 1% of our data is empty. Another way to check that is if you click on this downward arrow, you'll see that there's a blank, right? And that's the issue there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit transform, and we're going to replace all those blank values. So with the SKU code column selected, we're going to hit replace values. And here we're going to, the value defined will be a blank because that's what we're trying to replace. We're going to replace that with no item. Oops, my bad. Replace that with no item, and now you can see it's 100% valid. And if you go down on this drop box, that blank is gone. So that I wanted to demonstrate, and for now I'm just gonna uncheck that column quality. Yeah, so we have that done. And another thing that I'd like to point out is once we have our values replaced, right? So we have our column currently, that's SKU code is the second column in the list, right? Let's say we want to move that to the end. Now because this is a small data set, we can drag and drop it as well, right? Just like this. But in larger data sets, which you might be working in more like real life scenarios, you might have 50 columns, and that'll be a pain. So a little shortcut for that is once you have this column selected, you just hit move and you hit to end, and this will automatically move this to the end. And you can see that a step was also added called reordered columns. And let's say you want to move it maybe just one back, just you want color to be then, so you just move to the left and it just moves. Pretty simple. So now that we're done with those changes, we're gonna hit close and apply, hit here, and we should go back to this the main report page, and the data is loaded, and we can see we have everything added here. So yeah, that was all. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much.